Welcome to video 19. This time we're going to look at setting up a high score. So we just finished setting up a score and we just want to create a high score. So let's first create that high score text. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to Control D, duplicate it. Okay, and I think if I click on, I was just trying to get this better. So this is the game view. We're in the top down, so this is a little bit difficult here. I just want to get into my, where is this? There we are. I think I'm behind. Very confusing. Okay, there we go. So I've got, there's my canvas, there's this one. I'm just going to bring this down and duplicate it. I'm going to make this quite a bit smaller. So under this one, where was my font size? 100. I'm going to make this about 30 or so maybe. And I'm just going to put what I want to have here is I'm just going to say high score, maybe colon, and then say 0, right? Whatever the score is. Maybe we'll make that even smaller. So 20 just to fit it in there. So that should be good and give us some room. And maybe we'll change the color there too. So whatever you think looks good. Just something a little bit darker. Let's see what the game looks like. Yeah, the contrast isn't too good. Let me maybe, and you could play around with this. I'm not going to spend too much time. Maybe that a bit thicker. And it's coming off the edge, but I think we're okay. We'll play around with that after. It's not a big deal. So what we want to do is, go into the script again and get this working. So what we'll do here is we'll create another int, and we'll call this one high score. And so what we're going to do, and you might not have done this before, so, well, there's a few things we're going to do. One is we're going to save the high score to the player prefs, and we'll see that in a second here. So when we start the game, what we're going to do is we're going to set the high score to be from the player prefs, so the player preferences, and we'll see that in a second here. Get int, we can grab an integer that we've saved there, and the integer that we're going to grab is going to be from this high score sort of field, the spot that we're going to save it. So we'll come back to that in a second. Now, in terms of updating, what we want to do is every time we set the score, increase the score, we've got to check to see if they've beaten the high score. So if the score that we've got is greater than the high score, what's going to happen? Well, we're going to obviously set the high score to whatever the score is, and then we're also going to set that high score text. So high score text. So just a second, high, what did we call it here? Oh, did we not create? Haha, I don't think we created a spot for that. So let's just copy this one. There, TMP text. This is going to be high score text. So we want to set that high score text to be, and actually we'll just do this a little bit differently. Set text, and we'll put in here high score, just like I'd formatted it before. Whoops, score, and with a space, and we'll just add on the high score. Now, I don't understand why, but if you're using this set text, and you're not just, you've already got you've got a string already, it will automatically convert this to a string. So you don't have to go .toString. You can, but it automatically will set that to a string just because this is already a string here. All right, so that's looking pretty good. I guess we can go into Unity and set on our canvas. We've got that thing for our high score text. So we should really set that to high score text. Rename it, and then throw that on the canvas into the script. Before we do that, though, before we try this out, I forgot one important step, and that's to actually set the high score. So, like we did here, we grabbed it and we got the integer from that high score. Well, we have to set that up too. So I'm just going to copy that. So once we've got that high score, right, we can go player prefs. There's a set int, right? So we're going to set the integer of the high score. And what are we going to set it to? Well, what we need here So the format is that we have to set where we're going to set it to. So the high score. Good. So basically, you're setting the integer into the field high score, and then you're calling that high score. So let's just see if this works here. So if I get 1, theoretically, should be updating that. So there it is. Okay, good, good, good. And I don't know if I want to shoot a few times here. Get a few points. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Okay, so if I stop this and play again, now it's gone back to 0 here. So obviously that's not working too well. And there's no real big problem. All we forgot to do was just sort of set at the start, like re-bring in the high score, right? So all I'm going to do is grab this, copy it, and then just make sure after we've grabbed the value that we update it, right? Because that was the only thing that wasn't going on. So if we hit save here, now I think it's right away because we were saving it, we were writing it to the player prefs. Yeah, so there's 5, right? And so just to make sure it works, if I kill this one, okay, so we got 2 already. 3, 4, 5. Find one more. My multiplier on. Oh, look at this. I can mow down a few more. So now I've got a different high score. If I stop that and I go back and play, we should see, yeah, so it started at 9 there. The color of this is, black is not a good color, so let us change that. I mean, again, like I said, it's up to you. I think probably a white would be better. There we go. Something that just shows up, right? Yeah, it's up to you. So the next thing that we'll do is look at a score multiplier. So if you get like 2 or 3, right, you know, close to each other, then we can give you some extra sort of bonus points. So the score multiplier isn't too bad. We'll go back to our score text. And basically we just want to check the mummy died, you know, maybe within a second or something. If we killed 2 within a second, that we can give you some extra points. So what I'm going to do here is put a couple little ifs in here. So if, and then time is less than or equal to, and we have to create this here. So score, we're going to call it score multiplier expiration. Okay, so if basically the expiration is less, so basically if we still are eligible, so less than 1 second, what we'll do is we'll increase the kill multiplier by 1. So just go plus. Okay. Now, else, we'll just basically always set the kill multiplier to just 1. Because it's a multiplier, so we'll just set it to regular value. So multiplier will be set to 1. Now, obviously, we got to go up and make some of these values up top. We'll do that in a second. Now, the score multiplier. So once this has happened, we want to reset the score multiplier. So actually, let's make some variables of these first. I don't think we have to change them, so I'm just going to make that a float, and then I'm going to paste that in. Float score multiplier, and then the other one, kill multiplier. We can make that an int, I believe. There, now we don't have that problem. So score multiplier expiration. Where am I here? Okay, so there we are. So score multiplier expiration. It's not helping me. Let me just go back. Score. There we go. Score multiplier expiration is going to be time plus, and you can change this up. I'm just going to put 1 second on there. So 1 second on that, and then we'll set to the score. So instead of the score plus, we'll always set the score to being plus equal to that score, or sorry, that kill multiplier, right? We called it kill multiplier. So 1 is the time, right? The score multiplier expiration is the time. The kill multiplier increases the points. I think that's all we need. It's a little tricky to see here. Kill multiplier plus plus plus. So kill multiplier will increase. I guess I should set this to, now that I think about it, should set that to 1 as a default, right? Because that would pop it up to 2, and otherwise it would keep it as 1. Okay, so let's just see here. Save that up. See if it's working. And so we need to get a few zombies coming at me here. I always forget that I can use my mouse to aim. Give us a second here. Okay, here they come. So there's 2 pretty close. So if I get them around. Okay, I don't think I killed 2 quickly, so. Is it working? That looked maybe. 1 might be too fast here. Oh, there we go. I think that went up a little bit more. It's a little tricky to see here. Oh, there. It seemed to be go up quite a bit higher there quickly. So I think it's working. Yeah, it must be working there. So, I mean, I could make that, just to make it more clear, you know, I can make this like 5 seconds. Make it really easy. And with that 5 seconds there, just taking a look, we should see the score go up like basically right away here. So if I so he's, oops, he's dead. Well, these 2 I might not get a multiplier. Yeah, I think I did already. Yeah, and you can definitely see now. In fact, this multiplier is going to go huge. Yeah, so the multiplier is working. Probably 5 seconds is too much, but you can definitely see. And it gets more and more because then the multiplier becomes 2 points and then 3 points. So now I'm adding like, it's getting a little insane there, right? But yeah, we can set that back to 1 and it's definitely working there. Good. All right, so I think we'll end this video here. The next, we've got the score multiplier, but it would be nice to be able to see that those points are coming in. So do a little bit more with some fancier text here in the next video.